city campus. Start from the starting. Okay. Dear friends, this is a tool that we are going to show you, demonstrate how to use this tool to map the biodiversity in your campus, specifically with focus on trees. So, I am going to show you how to create a project using this tool and start mapping the trees. So, before that I want to show you how we have used this tool to map the biodiversity in the AICT campus. So, as you see, there is the list of these trees, plant common name, plant tags, location and photo, and we have a map here. So, you can see these trees are mapped here, which is going to show us different kind of trees here, right. So, this is a mango tree, right. I just taken the picture here. So, this is a latitude and location, and I have given some plant tag, and scientific name is Mangifera indica. So, this is how we have used this tool to map the trees in a campus, right. So, how do we use these trees let us say in every campus, okay. So, we are going to demonstrate it to you. So, what we have to do is currently I have given the project name as AICT biodiversity. I am going to start, like let us say I am going to do this in a campus AICTE. It's let us say the campus is in Mysore, SJCE, okay, which has started let us say in 1960. So, I am just going to give it that name, okay. I will call it tree survey, right. So, this is how I am giving the name, okay. So, this is the name that I have given. So, AICTE, college name, the year in which you have started, and the tree survey, okay. So, once you say that you can say that this is a survey form for mapping trees, just mention that, and just use the same name, form name also, okay. So, AICTE, SCC, so make it public. So, once you do this you can say create this, okay. So, we have just created this for SSE, which is the name of my college where I studied. Next, we have to give a form builder. So, form builder is a separate utility where we are going to design each of these forms for mentioning the name of the trees, right. So, we start with a text. First is text. What is the question is common name of the tree. So, if it's mango or something like that, right, answer is required. Next is another one which is going to be the scientific name of the tree, Mangifera indica, right. So, once we have this name of the tree, what else do we need? We also need a text form which can be a unique ID of the tree, right, unique ID of the tree. So, this can be a unique name. So, what I suggest is before starting using this tool, do a map of the trees and give an unique name and also identify the species, right. So, once we have done this, next is we need to give the location, right. So, location of the tree. So, this will be in latitude and longitude, right. So, once this is done, we need to add a photo, right. We need to say picture, tree picture. So, this is what is needed to map the trees only this 6 location, and if you want to add any notes, right, you want to add any notes, you can just add it here. People who have some doubts or something, so just add these notes. So, this completes the forms So, just say save project. So, your project is saved. Now, you go back, the form is built, and this is where you access this form, right. So, now you have to make it public, right, make it public. You can also make it listed, you want if it wants to be listed on the Epicollect main page, but currently we will leave it as hidden. So, there is something, if you want to use this APIs, this is the API. Okay. So, this is the endpoints, right. So, this is how the JSON field is displayed, right, of the trees, right. So, this is the endpoint. So, now I am going to just start using this on a mobile phone, right. So, this is the first phase where we are using a web application to log in. So, one more thing is, when you are logging in with this, right, I am just logging it with my ID. So, you have to give sign up with Google, right. So, sign up with Google is very essential for you to be able to use this platform. So, I am just using my ID, but when you are creating, you can start iacttrees@gmail.com is my ID, right. So, okay, we created with a different UG. So, I use a different ID. So, you can create your own ID, and it will show you all the projects that you have created, and this is the one that we have just created, and there are 0 entries in this. So, in the next stage, once we are done with the mobile application, okay, we go to the web application, we go to the mobile application on how to upload the data. Thank you very much.